A mysterious respiratory illness with similarities to SARS has healthcare workers around the world, including here in Canada, on alert.
It's about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
2 patients from the same family in England have tested positive for coronavirus.
We're all in this together, and we can only stop it together.
Now that the sheep are gone, if you haven't seen Plandemic,
I think this was all planned by the Democratic Party.
Do you believe the numbers and the news that's being reported by the mainstream news media?
You've been brainwashed.
Wearing the mask literally activates your own virus. You're getting sick from your own reactivated coronavirus expression.
It turns out that misinformation and conspiracy theories about COVID-19 are rapidly spreading online, creating what public health officials around the world are now calling an infodemic.
Is the Wuhan coronavirus a biological weapon? Was it built in a lab by scientists and unleashed on the masses?
There is no virus, it's 5G radiation poisoning. This is all a big part of the eventual goal, which is control.
And I'll finish with anybody want to make one guess as to where the first completely blanketed 5G city in the world was. Exactly.
Fake news spreads faster and more easily than this virus, and is just as dangerous.
The advantage of saying false things is they don't have to be true, and so you can make them nice, easy, pat stories that are really comforting to believe. And that's what makes it really difficult to fight back against, because you're trying to argue against a really simple, easy to understand story that fits your beliefs versus this much more complicated story that isn't going to give you an easy answer.
For respiratory viruses, masks do nothing.
That is just false. It's nonsense, and it's dangerous. It's like telling people, go ahead and smoke. It's actually healthy for you.
On the point about the 5G masks, the story somehow got about that they play a role in the spread of the disease. That's just nonsense. Dangerous nonsense as well.
The balance of scientific evidence strongly suggests the conclusion that the new coronavirus emerged from nature.
We are very poor at evaluating sources, and that makes us very vulnerable to the sheer amount of disinformation that is spreading online.
You just have to realize that if you're going to guess and with the absence of reliable information, you are just stating your bias.
There's a tendency for us to think that the people who fall for misinformation are other than us, that kind of we're smarter than everyone else. We wouldn't believe anything that's demonstrably false. And we find that that's just not the case. All of us sometimes fall for misinformation.
We've always had this problem of being bad at identifying sources of information. The internet has massively exacerbated it. But I'm also optimistic that we can all collectively learn how much of a problem this is when we don't check our sources.